Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Galaxy's Greatest Podcast about the two great 90s space station shows, Babylon 5 and DS9. But today we're talking about Star Trek Lower Decks, specifically Season 2, Episode 8, I Excretus.
Okay, Bob, start off and just explain the title to me, because I watched the episode. I'm still lost. There's something here.
It's Boimler's Borg name.
Oh, how did I miss that?
I'm really glad I got to deadpan that.
Shit.
In fairness, they only say it once or twice in it towards the very end of the episode.
Yeah, somehow I completely missed that part. Well, I did love this episode, though, I have to admit. This is probably one of the better episodes, especially it's just full of Easter eggs and all kinds of cool stuff from Star Trek.
I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I do think it got a little too hyped up for me, just like in general, like Twitter buzz. And then like I really liked it, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. Like I enjoyed it though.
That's just because you're addicted to Twitter, because I didn't notice any of the buzz.
Somebody's got to drive the engagement. I'm out there. I'm grinding. I'm posting those motherfucking memes.
Our social media master. Or
I don't know if I'm a master, but I'm grinding.
Yeah. All right, so in the A plot, Starfleet Drill Administrator Shari Yim, a Pendronian, comes aboard the Cerritos to have the bridge crew and lower deckers swap place for a series of holo tests based on original series and Next Generation episodes.
Yep. And then in the B plot, we have Boimler obsessed with achieving a perfect score, manically going on multiple runs through a holo test of infiltrating a Borg cube.
These are not my original synopses, Bob, so thank you for cleaning those up for me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to do a better job copying, pasting from memory alpha, Matt.
Anyway, so what was who's your favorite character of the episode?
God, I hate admitting this. Truly, this was Boimler's shining episode, Matt. I do have to say, for a really dark moment, when he opens the drawer and it's full of Borg babies, I actually thought he might kill them.
Yeah, I was happy to see the Borg babies back. Boimler was my favorite character too. Those multiple runs to that Borg simulation, those were hilarious. And he, like each time he had more Borg babies, I think, attached to him. The ultimate transformation at the end, him, it was awesome.
Yeah, I love how broken he is at the end of the episode too. Like, I think the last line of the episode is something like, "They took everything that I was." Like, it's so funny.
As it zooms in on his actual score, it was only an 8% when his goal was to get like the 100, and he was at like 98 until they told him he had to keep doing it. All that work for nothing.
Yep. And for whatever reason, I like him a lot more when Captain Freeman calls him Mr. Boimler instead of like that. That just, for some reason, that just sounds a lot better. I like that.
Yeah, his name's kind of comical, like when you hear it that way.
Yeah. In that original series, kind of like Mr. Sulu, Mr. Chekhov sort of way.
So my favorite joke in this is when the senior officers are having to stack the barrels while the ship is under attack by, I think, Klingons, and then the Q and the Jem'Hadar, like different versions. And I feel like that would be the tedium that you and I would experience on a starship.
Yeah. No, that was a pretty great gag, and I love like Shax's like thinking he's cracked it, and then like the ship shakes again and everything crashes. That was good.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite gag was probably how like Mariner and Boimler both had like PTSD from their simulations, but whereas Boimler was assimilated or hollow assimilated, Mariner just had to see the orgy in the naked time, and that's just like haunting her for the rest of the episode. It was very good.
Yeah, they really pushed the boundaries with that part. I was like, they've done that a lot in this season as far as like incorporating sex into it.
Yeah. Both the Mirror Universe and then especially the Naked Time, Naked Now tributes were very, very sexually explicit.
My favorite line in this episode is when Boimler is with the Borg Queen, and the Borg Queen says, "A remarkable creature. Your design very nearly passes as human." And Boimler's like, "I am human." And the Borg Queen goes, "Ew, well, then you need to drink more water. Your skin is a mess. But still, I think I should add your biological distinctiveness to our own. It's kind of our thing." So basically, the Borg Queen confuses Boimler with an android.
Okay, so she's confusing him with an android. Okay, yeah, because it's an homage to First Contact.
It is, It's the same kind of scene you saw in First Contact with Data.
Yeah, because when I saw that, my initial thought was like, are they like teasing that like Boimler is actually some sort of alien and doesn't know it or is hiding it? And but okay, no, that actually makes the joke make more sense. Yeah, yeah, she thinks he's a Data. Okay.
What was your favorite line?
I already mentioned the one about the Borg taking everything that Boimler was. My other favorite was when Yim, the designer of all the holodeck or the holo training programs, is telling Mariner, "Sorry, I didn't rig the horses," and Mariner is just like, "Horses love me. Shut up." What was your favorite old Star Trek reference?
Oh man, the Star Trek 3 reference is like the final test for them to like in the simulation when then they break a record for like the lowest score by not even making it out of the dock. That was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you remember
I
how
was.
like because they
Go
were
ahead.
originally going to go all the way to the Genesis planet and save Spock, like that's the whole mission, and they didn't
Yeah,
even get
yeah.
out of the dock, the space dock.
Yep, all because Mariner and Freeman can't stop fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was either Mirror Migliamu, the bird counselor in the Mirror universe, just being the Gimp from Pulp Fiction, or for some reason the Mariner like on horseback felt like an homage both to Spectre of the Gun, which we already mentioned, but also the show Westworld.
Hmm.
So I really enjoyed both of
Yeah.
those.
I'm gonna go through each of the hollow tests that they had, and you're gonna tell me which one would you like to partake in? Okay.
Oh man,
So
I have my own drill to get through. I see.
yeah, here are the options. There's the naked time, naked now. There's mirror mirror, Spectre of the Gun, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Q Who, which had the baby Borg in it. That's why I
Yeah,
put that
yeah.
one. Cupid because the junior officer
Yep.
Gronk spy, and then Ethics, which is where Tendi has to assist in Klingon suicide.
Definitely the Naked Time and the Naked Now seems like the funnest. Contra Mariner, it seems like it would be a good time. And I would have to say that Naked Time is also the source of one of my all time favorite Uhura lines when Sulu calls her a fair maiden and she indignantly looks at him and is like, "I'm neither."
That's funny. I'm all about the Turan Empire, so I'm going with Mirror Mirror. I think that would be awesome.
Even with all the musical elements, that was the thing that Discovery season 3 did that made me think the Mirror Universe was truly evil when it was all a Hamilton tribute.
Yeah, yeah, I totally do. I think Mirror Mirror is where I want to be. I know I wouldn't want to be on anything with Q because that's too scary for me.
Did you think it was kind of odd that they didn't do any Voyager DS9 tributes?
I did. Yeah, it was all original series or next gen.
I don't know. I
I,
think the tone kind of fit better to maybe have it more focused on original series and next gen. But yeah, it did kind of feel a little odd to have no Voyager or DS9. I mean, the Enterprises are the flagship, probably
right.
like the standard training thing.
So they
But
would base it off the Enterprise.
yeah,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, it's like both DS9 and Voyager are pretty famous. I think that other episodes of the show establishes that.
So you were able to actually tell me the race or whatever of the administrator of Pendronian. What is that from? Because I didn't
Yeah,
recognize
yeah.
it.
I honestly hadn't remembered it at all, but there's an episode in season 2 where you get a Pandronian named Commander Bim.
Season 2 of what?
Oh, sorry, season 2 of the original animated series.
Oh, it was from the animated series. Okay. Okay, because what I saw, I was like, I have no clue what the hell this is. There's no way they actually showed this on like this on live action screen.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, no, no.
okay,
But her design is basically exactly the same as Commander Bim's, and also Yim has basically the same plot function as Commander Bim too, although it plays out a little different. But yeah, like Commander Bim is like sent to observe the 1701 and like kind of judge Kirk. Weirdly, if the original animated series had gotten a season 3, then apparently they would have made the Pandronian Commander Bim into a member of the crew.
I feel like I need to go back and watch this animated series, but I just don't know. I'm
Bonus
thinking that
content, man.
when we finish this podcast, I may be willing to go back and watch it, like after we finish when Lower Decks is up in 2 episodes.
Is Discovery going to come on right after Lower Decks, or is there going to be or no, Prodigy's going to come on
Prodigy,
right
yes.
after? Yeah.
So do I have to decide between Prodigy and the original animated series? Is that what you're saying?
That's your Sophie's choice, man.
Oh my god. Oh man. I don't know if I'm actually really gonna have to think on that one.
Well, I don't know, man. We might have a pretty consecutive block of Star Trek content for a while because I think we've got Prodigy coming up next, and then I think isn't Disco supposed to start again late this year?
And then Picard starts in the beginning of 2022.
Yeah, and then it sounds like we probably won't see Strange New Worlds till like maybe summer or fall next year.
Yeah. We've got all this Trek content to cover. How are we going to do it? Oh well, guess I can't watch the original animated series.
We'll make time. We'll make time.
Shucks.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
And then another thing I noticed in this episode, though, you got to see the Cat Doctor and the Buff Bob. How'd you feel about that?
Oh, it was fine. It was funny how she was sleeping on top of Shax. Funny how she got knocked out of the bunk. That was all nice.
All right, so only 2 episodes left of this season of Lower Decks. Any predictions? Anything you think's going to happen?
Yeah, no, I suspect they'll do something pretty similar to the structure of last season. I think I said this last week, where the penultimate episode will, kind of set something up, and then the ultimate episode of the finale will, finish it off. But yeah, it's not like I expect it to be a 2-parter or anything. All right, well, this has been Babylon 5 versus DS9, the galaxy's greatest podcast about the 2 great 90s space station shows. I'm Bob from Cascadia. That's Matt from the Southland. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Thanks for listening.